This is AS908 Sutri V3. Explain the key beliefs within the Catholicism and the religion have in relation what happens to us after life. So question one. Explain what Catholics believe happened to us after life, including the meaning of source and the origin of the belief. So in Catholic, when Catholics die, the priests perform last rites, a set of prayers and blessings before the funeral mass. There may be a wake where body is displayed in the casket to and the reason is to pay respect for the dead, and so the close ones, friends or family will pay respect to the deceased person. Uh, the funeral mass offers a Eucharist for the soul and the body, typically buried in the cemetery. So you can see the link there. What I got the source from. So question two. Explain what religion believes happens to us after life. So I chosen Buddhism. So basically in Buddhism, the belief, the system that originated in India focuses on achieving enlightenment and understanding the nature of reality. In Buddhism, after we die, we are not judged by God, but instead wait, but instead we enter a cycle of rebirth known as samsara. The goal is to be break free from the cycle and reach nirvana, a state of enlightenment, liberation from suffering. And here's the explanation of karma. The idea that our actions have consequences, like we are judged based on our consequences, what we do on our lives. For example, you are like an awful person in your life, so karma will be bad at you. I'll continue. Karma's the idea that our actions have consequences. The central concept in Buddhism, and it determined by the nature of the future rebirths. Buddha, who founded Buddhism, thought that we should strive for the right understanding, right intention, the right speech, right action, and the right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration to reach nirvana. Basically, be a decent person in your life. To yeah. Question 3. Explain the similarities and the differences between Catholicism and the religion believes what happens to us after life. So I'm gonna explain the similarities between the two. So basically, Catholicism and Buddhism are both belief systems that provides path to understanding life and afterlife. Both recognize the consequences of our actions and emphasize the importance of striving the moral goodness. In Catholicism, the belief in the Holy Trinity and the judgment by God and death is central. In Buddhism, enlightenment and breaking free from the cycle of rebirth is a goal, with karma shaping future rebirths. Both religions have rich history and tradition with the teachings, figures shaping, and beliefs. So the similarities of it is like having consequences on your actions. So if you're good, then your afterlife is good. So if you're bad, basically it's the opposite of it. Like the judgment day, it's basically karma in Buddhism. So the differences of it: Catholicism and Buddhism are with two different religions with different beliefs what happens after we die. In Catholicism, we get judged by God, either go to heaven, purgatory, or hell based on our actions during our lives. In Buddhism, we enter a cycle of rebirth known as samsara, or whatever. Um, and our future rebirths be determined by our karma, or the consequences by our actions, while Catholicism teaches us we should follow the teaching of the Bible. In the church, Buddhism emphasizes the right understanding of intention, speech, uh, action, livelihood, effort, mindfulness, concentration, and active nirvana. Despite these differences, both religions have many followers around the world. So the differences is the beliefs, uh, the ritual we go through. Like for example, like in the Catholic Church, we follow the book, the the Bible, while in Buddhism they follow the teachings of the Buddha, like the karma and the samsa and nirvana. So there's a lot of differences and similarities. So, and question 4: explain how the importance of Catholic beliefs, what happens to us after life, reflected on Catholic funeral rites. The funeral rites in Catholicism be about showing respect to the departed loved one and providing comfort to the family and friends who left behind. During funeral mass, the prayers be said, our soul of the departed, and Eucharist be offered, which can help them move towards heaven. The last commendation of the body includes farewell prayer, while the belief in the resurrection of the body demonstrates the significance of the afterlife in Catholicism. So, the importance of it is giving. Wait. So the importance of it is giving respect to the loved ones that is left behind by the soul of the loved ones who died, and giving respect to that loved one who died. And says here, while the belief resurrection of the body demonstrates the significance of afterlife in Catholicism, so it helps them go toward the afterlife based on the Catholic beliefs. So question 5: explain how the importance of the religion beliefs and what happens to us after life reflected in the religion funeral rites. Buddhism. The funeral rites in Buddhism aim to show respect for the departed and help them move towards better rebirth. The family and friends charge to offer food, monks of the merit of the departed one. The belief in karma shapes the afterlife with the goal of enlightenment, ending the cycle of rebirth. Buddhism funeral rites also include incense and offerings to symbolize purification and help the soul move towards enlightenment. Question 6: explain the wider implications of the Catholic beliefs, what happens to us after life. The importance of believing in the afterlife in Catholicism be that it shaped that we live in our lives and prepare for eternity. And Catholics believe that in Judgment Day, judgment of God, after death, there's a possibility of heaven, purgatory, or hell. This belief influences how we conduct ourselves during our lives with the aim of achieving eternal happiness with God. So basically, it's basically the same but in different ways. So we must live our lives as a decent person and respect others so we get a better afterlife. So that's it. That's my performance.